Hi, and good morning from our film room slash knick-knack room. So I am screen sharing my phone right now, and I am heading down to virtual queue to join a virtual queue confirming my party. And in just a couple seconds here, I should be able to refresh and hopefully get a time to join Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, okay? I did it group 49. This one's a little bit easier to join than Rise of the Resistance, I'm pretty sure. It says I have an estimated wait of 355 minutes, which we'll see. These boarding groups have generally been going pretty quickly, and why I'm doing this today is because I want to do another theme park challenge. So I guess I'm going to go and get ready for the morning. Epcot opens in about an hour and a half. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm going to be going and starting my day writing Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I almost forgot the name of it because it's a little bit early. And fast forward a couple hours, I've made it to Epcot. Epcot opened within the hour, and my boarding group for Cosmic Rewind is very close to being called. So this challenge is going to be similar to one that I've done before, but with a slight difference. So today I am going to be going to both Disney and Universal, and I'm going to ride the most popular attractions, plural, at both parks. So Disney, I'm going to ride Cosmic Rewind and Rise of the Resistance, and then over at Universal, I'm going to ride Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure and VelociCoaster. All right, so I've made it through security, heading into Epcot right now. This challenge is going to be very contingent on the weather today, and it is supposed to thunderstorm pretty badly. This is the Epcot entry situation right now, so hopefully I make it into Epcot and over to Cosmic Rewind with plenty of time. My group is still not been called yet, so I should be fine. All right, I made it inside Epcot, and I am heading over to World Discovery for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And now the wait time for Spaceship Earth is a little bit lengthy. It's pretty much all the way extended right now, so wish me luck. It's gonna be a day today. So I definitely could have chanced the 1 o'clock boarding group time opportunity for Guardians of the Galaxy, but I wanted to make sure that I could actually ride Cosmic Rewind today. With the 7 o'clock boarding group time, you at least know whether or not you're going to get a boarding group, versus 1 o'clock p.m. It's a little bit more of a gamble. With the weather arriving later on in the afternoon today, as well as the park hopping situation, it would have been better to do all of my Disney activities later on today, but this just guarantees that I will ride this without a doubt. Interestingly, both of my Disney attractions are going to be indoors, and both of my Universal attractions are going to be outdoors, and I have to wait until after 2 o'clock to go over to Hollywood Studios to ride Rise of the Resistance, but I've made it over to Cosmic Rewind, and my boarding group should be called here in just a minute. So it's a little bit hard to see, but I am the very next boarding group to be called. Can you see that? I am boarding group number 49, and they are on boarding group number 48 currently. So I'm gonna go ahead and slowly make my way over there and hope that they call my boarding group in just a couple minutes. And that legitimately only took a couple minutes for my boarding group to be called. I don't know if you can see that. You can see my reflection, hello, but it is time to ride Cosmic Rewind. All right, so I scanned in my virtual return back over there, and I am heading inside the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion. Okay, so I made it inside, and there really does not seem to be that bad of a line currently. It looks like it stops a little bit further up there, but they should move very consistently. It seems like they make it through about 25 groups an hour, maybe. So I made about the line pretty consistently quickly. This line is just moving very fast. We're heading into the little pre-show room. So you're going to be transported to the Xandarian ship.
Is the cosmic generator, and in just a few moments we'll be activating it so you can experience it for yourself. What's happening?
I'm not sure. Our power's out, and the cosmic generator is gone. Your time is over. Wait, what do you mean? What are you getting so bad?
The tunnel coin is closing.
Wait, no, dude. Your noble coin need to follow that whatever it is until we get there. We can't. Our power is down, and I've got to get these Terrans onto evacuation shuttles.
I got it. I reprogrammed the shuttles to follow through the jump port.
Wait, what?
Alright, so heading into the next room now. I've successfully gone to the spaceship. It's taking me about half an hour to make it to this point, heading to the evacuation shuttles. Okay, so we idled for just a minute. In line back there, but we're moving now. Should be in the road station in just a minute. I appreciate that this is a little bit like the road station situation for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, in the dual loading
platform aspect. So when Vernon and I rode this, we sat in row number 9, which ended up being the very first row with the backwards launch. That was really cool. Totally accidental, but how cool was that? Okay, so here I go, about to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I'll be right in the middle, pretty much.
Okay, they're headed for the jump point. This plan is never gonna work.
Rocket!
Well,
Okay, I've locked onto your vehicle.
We'll be right behind you.
nothing to worry about.
Unless we cannot stop this unusually large man, then you're likely doomed.
Drax!
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Oh my god!
Rocket, anytime. Okay. Let me try.
Who names these things?
You're all heroes.
Do you really think they deserve to be called heroes? Do you see how they dress?
It's just a figure of speech, Drax.
You are lying to them. Now I understand.
Oh man, that was fun. Okay, so I rode Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That was just as much fun as the first time. I am overwhelmed. The weather still seems to be cooperating for the most part right now, so now it's time to head back to my car and head over to Universal, specifically to Islands of Adventure. It definitely depends on what the wait times are, but I'll probably head over to Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, probably to do that first. I do see some clouds that are starting to form back over here. The Epcot Janitors are right behind me. I also do need to eat lunch at some point, which I'll definitely do over at Universal. But I did the most probably challenging aspect of my challenge today, which is just riding Cosmic Rewind. The only other challenge is going to be the weather, without a doubt. I have not always had the best of luck when it comes to Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, in particular when it comes to inclement incoming weather. There's still quite a demand for Spaceship Earth right now, even though it's been several hours since the park has opened, but it's going to be a very busy summer day today, and with a heat index of, I believe, 100 degrees. So if I can get over to Universal before noon, I think that'll be a pretty good accomplishment for the morning, because I'm not able to park up until 2 o'clock anyway, so I can do my Universal attractions, and then come back to Walt Disney World. I guess another consideration and a justification as to why I decided to do this first is that I could have done the 1 p.m. boarding group access time, but I would have had to be inside the park at exactly 1 o'clock p.m. in order to get a return time. So I could have done the Universal attractions in the morning and then the Disney attractions in the evening, but it would not have been guaranteed, and depending on how long it would have taken to do those attractions at Universal, it could have bookended me and not really worked in my favor. So I think this worked out a little bit better. But again, as long as I can hopefully beat the weather, then I can accomplish my challenge today. But I am heading out of Epcot after having only been here to ride one ride, but arguably one of the best rides Disney has ever done. Alright, so I've made it back to the Epcot parking lot, heading back to my car, and then over to Universal Orlando to Islands of Adventure. I'm getting pretty hungry, but I really need to probably prioritize my challenge, right? Currently driving past SeaWorld right now. There's Manta, and no, not Manta, Mako and Kraken, and then here's Aquatica here on the right as I'm making my way over to Universal. And I've made it to Universal Orlando. It's pretty much about noon right now, and it still seems like the weather is cooperating. Maybe I could potentially get a snack on my way over to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, just so I can get some sort of food, but then also commit to waiting in line and not waste any time. Okay, so I parked on the roof of the ET section of the parking garage. There's Islands of Adventure way over there. I have to head all the way down over here to the security hub, and then through City Walk, and then all the way over to the theme parks. I came prepared. Today I have a neck fan, I have my umbrella, I have a Coca-Cola, and then I have a fuel rod, just in case. I also decided to change shirts so that I didn't wear a Disney shirt over to Universal, and I don't know if you can see this. Probably not, but it's a 100-minute wait for Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure right now. So I should be okay with my time management. Pretty much now it's just a matter of where I'm going to fit in eating food, having some lunch today. Alright, so I'm going to go through security, heading over to Islands of Adventure. I can tell that today is going to be a very thrill-filled day. Thinking about Auntie Anne's pretzels as a potential snack depending on how long the line is. But that's also in the opposite direction of where I want to go, over to Hogsmeade. Maybe I won't go there. All right, so I've altered my plan a little bit. I decided to go and put in a mobile order just to have lunch, just because I'm probably going to be waiting in line for both Hagrid's and VelociCoaster for a little while, so might as well have lunch. And where else did I put in a mobile order but the Circus McGurkus over in Seuss Landing? So it's sort of on the way over to Hogsmeade. Another factors like this might impact my challenge, but I do have to eat lunch at some point. You can already see the line for VelociCoaster over there is down by the water. I also considered green eggs and ham over here as somewhat of a snack, but again, I might as well just go and commit to lunch. I also think I might be a little bit traumatized by the Monsters Cafe over at Universal just closing out of nowhere, so I think I want to try to eat here while I can, because you really never know when places like this are going to close either indefinitely or permanently, so might as well take advantage of them. I am pretty positive that I have never eaten here in my life, and I did not get any remarkable or exciting option for lunch today by any means, but I'm still eating here. Okay, so I have my sandwich. There goes the Seuss High in the Sky trolley train ride. I'm right underneath this trapeze artist here, and then also this organ over here that I've never seen anybody play, but maybe somebody played it when the park first opened. I have no idea. Anyway, this is what I got. This is the just the bacon cheeseburger here with some fries, and then the Coke that I brought into the park. Nothing special, but this is my lunch. Okay, so I'm all done with my lunch. That was actually delicious, and I really needed that boost of energy. But I'm heading out of Circus McGurkus and over to Hogsmeade to ride Hagrid's motorbike adventure. Maybe what I'll do a little bit later is grab a dessert snack, potentially after completing Hagrid's and VelociCoaster. I still think I'm going to do Hagrid's motorbike adventure first and then VelociCoaster. And I did check the weather, and it does seem like the weather adjusted a little bit. It's going to rain a little later in the day as opposed to within the next hour or so, which is what it was going to originally. All right, so I pulled up the app to see if the wait time for Hagrid's motorbike adventure slightly adjusted because it's around lunchtime, and nope, it went up. It is now a 120-minute wait. I sincerely doubt that the single rider for Hagrid's will be open and available. It might for VelociCoaster, but I doubt it for Hagrid's. All right, so I'm in line for Hagrid's motorbike adventure, which extends all the way out to Hogsmeade over here by the Hogsmeade train station. Okay, so we were sent through this opening into Hogsmeade and being navigated around the train over to the lockers. I wonder if this is going to be the extent of the line all the way through, or if this is just the backup from the locker situation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this camera into the locker and grab my phone and then get in line for Hagrid's. So I'm heading into the line for Hagrid's motorbike adventure. It seems like it's moving. No, it's not. It's right here. So after a little bit of a delay, I think they were adding another train to the coaster. It started to move a little bit. It's been about 15 minutes. This is the bridge that overlooks the exit, pretty much where everybody comes out of. Hagrid's gonna bypass the castle here in just a minute. This is a pretty cool angle of the castle here, but it's starting to slowly move up, at least into the shade. Okay, so it's been half an hour now. I can see that there is a single rider line up there, and whether or not that line is open, I will find out once I get over to Hagrid's hut. But they open and close that very intermittently. All right, it's been 45 minutes, and it does not look like the single rider is currently open, and this is the entrance to single rider over here. If I was just able to get inside and get out of the sun, I would definitely greatly appreciate that. So we'll see how long it takes. Okay, so it's been 1 hour since I got a line. This doesn't even count waiting to get a locker. There's the remnants of the single rider line right over there, which may even move slower than the regular line. It's not really guaranteed.
I think it's time to give this idea a go. Tap that. Jimmy!
Well, that's just marvelous, Arthur.
Not bad. I think we're ready.
So I'm going to say Hagrid's motorbike adventure. I'm sure that was actually really special. It was the first time in years that I got to see that from show. That was nice. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, and the line is finally starting to move just a little bit quicker than it has been moving, which is really nice. And I'm very much so enjoying this AC. And now I've made it to what is probably the worst part of this queue, which is this tunnel section, especially right here. How narrow the ceiling is, how low it is. Literally touch it right now. It's been about an hour and a half. Okay, so I made it to Hagrid's workshop, which means I am almost there. I am getting so close. Okay, so I'm in the front row right now. It took 100 minutes to make it onto Hagrid's motorbike adventure, and I'm sitting in the little sidecar.
Well, I'll be. There's a unicorn! And look, she's a mum. Really lucky thing to see such a sight in the wild. But Merlin's beard, we did see Pixie, Scroots, and unicorns.
Okay, so I just got off of Hagrid's motorbike adventure. Getting a ride in the front seat was definitely quite a surprise. And I'm glad that I did it. I was so worried about the weather, and I'm still worried about the weather because I need to make it over to VelociCoaster before it does eventually probably thunderstorm. Hey, hello, I am back on my regular camera. Right now heading over to Jurassic Park to ride VelociCoaster. Hopefully I can see the clouds darkening just a little bit. Seems to be a little bit busy over here in front of Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This is the line for Butterbeer, which there are two different lines for on either side of the Butterbeer carts, but I'm heading over to Jurassic Park. That is the exit of Hogsmeade that I just navigated through. Somehow it sounds like a train is coming by for VelociCoaster. Yes, there it goes. Cool. So there are some dark clouds right over here, right behind Hogwarts. Hopefully that doesn't impact me. So I'm not incredibly sure if single rider is going to be open over here at VelociCoaster, but I will try to find out. Okay, so VelociCoaster is posting a 65-minute wait right now, and single rider is currently open as of now. What, do I risk getting in line for it? Okay, I'm doing it. I'm getting in line for single rider, which stops right here. Okay, so this line is definitely moving, which is really good. I'm slightly nervous. I think I'm going to miss out on the Velociraptors in the queue, but this will get me on the ride, hopefully quicker than waiting in the regular line would be, and then I wouldn't clog it up as a single rider. I did it. I rode VelociCoaster. It was posted a 65-minute wait for the regular standby queue, and I waited about 40 minutes in single rider. They were also playing the incoming inclement weather spiel while I was on the platform over and over and over, so I was getting really nervous because there are definitely some dark clouds approaching the park. So the weather is on the way. It's not here quite yet, but I think I just barely avoided it. So the inclement weather seems to be over in that direction. That's where the dark clouds are, which doesn't look terrible right now, but with Florida weather it can get pretty bad pretty quickly. Looks like the single rider line is now at capacity, so I'm glad that I got the line when I did. Well, actually the weather seems to be approaching from pretty much all angles. It's particularly dark over here by Hogsmeade. So the weather is definitely on the way. Hopefully I can make it back to my car before it starts to rain. I don't see anybody over here by the water in the standby queue, so I imagine that the majority of the queues are probably inside by this point, which is good, because again, the weather is slowly approaching. Alright, so I'm heading back across the bridge into Seuss Landing, and I think I want to stop over here to get some ice cream. I don't think that I've ever stopped at this particular ice cream store, this Hop on Pop ice cream store right around the corner over here. Okay, this was the Hop on Pop ice cream store. Hop, pop. We like to hop on top of pop. And I ended up getting this right here. This is the sundae on a stick. They also have brownie sundaes and waffle bowls and waffle cones and then floats. But this looked the most intriguing, and it's probably melting already. So now to go to try to find a spot to eat this, hopefully, maybe around the corner. Well, that lasted all of about 5 seconds before it completely disintegrated off of the popsicle stick, so now I'm going to go find a spoon, probably over here by Green Eggs and Ham. Well, Green Eggs and Ham had a fork and a knife, which is not ideal, but it's better than what I did have. I'm really tempting this weather right now because it is getting dark and very windy. So, my sundae on a stick quickly became a sundae with a stick, but I was innovative and I used a fork and knife to eat my melted ice cream, and it was delicious. Also, all of the outdoor rides are now closed due to inclement weather, so I just barely got to ride VelociCoaster back there before pretty much the entire park closed for weather. So right now the Incredible Hulk, Dr. Nim's Fearfall, Pop and Pluto's Bill Trap Barges, Dudley Do Ride's Ripsaw Falls, the VelociCoaster, Pteranodon Flyers, Jurassic Park River Adventure, Flight of the Hippogriff, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, High in the Sky, Seuss Trolley Train Ride, and One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. They are all currently closed due to inclement weather. Alright, so I just checked the app a little bit more thoroughly. It looks like just the roller coasters are currently closed due to inclement weather, so a lot of the other outdoor attractions. Okay, I just saw the VelociCoaster cycling, so maybe that was just a quick weather downtime. So that's good. Sometimes the roller coasters adhere to and abide by different radius rules when it comes to approaching inclement weather, so I'm not too surprised. Which is a little odd because I definitely hear some rolling thunder off in the distance, and that sky is very dark back there. Also, it's about 5 o'clock right now, so Islands of Adventure definitely took a massive chunk out of my day to accomplish the rides here that I wanted to ride today, but I did them successfully. So now I'm heading to Hollywood Studios, maybe to have dinner and a beer too, I don't know. I just ran into some very nice girls back over by the entrance of Islands of Adventure that saw that I was vlogging and asked to be in the vlog, so I said yes. Hello! I love the mini ears. Look at that, what an accessory. And I never really know what to say when people ask to be in the vlog, or they just see that I'm vlogging because I try to be discreet enough as is and try to do it in very secluded, quiet places because I get embarrassed by it. But if you ever see me in the park, do say hi to me, without a doubt. I wish I wasn't so shy. I've been doing this for a long time and I'm very confident with it until somebody actually comes up and asks if I'm a YouTuber or a vlogger, and then I just clam up. Okay, so I'm heading back to the garage to drive over to Walt Disney World to yet again ride Rise of the Resistance, and I should have plenty of time to accomplish that. Well, would you look at this? What was supposed to be an absolute thunderstorm today ended up being a very pleasant afternoon at Universal. Looks like it decided to not thunderstorm after all. Wow, it really does look so beautifully ominous back here, but I've made it back to my car, heading over to Hollywood Studios. I'm gonna have to change my shirt again to go back over to Disney, but oh well. Let's go get some food and maybe a beer again. It's hard to tell, but it is raining just a little bit. You can sort of see the droplets on the windshield. So today it did rain, I can say that. And here I am back at Walt Disney World. Hooray, Mickey Mouse! So I've made it to Disney's Hollywood Studios. It is about 6 o'clock at night right now. So this has been a fairly long day. Very eventful and thrilling and fun, but long. I have not yet checked the current wait time of Rise of the Resistance. I'm not imagining it to be too cooperative in terms of a reasonable length of time, but I'm gonna wait for it regardless. So I left my umbrella in the car, and I'm hoping that that was the right decision to make because I presume that the rain was done for the day. Alright, so I've made it to the entrance of Disney's Hollywood Studios. It looks like there's a bit of a backup to get inside the park right now, so it's probably going to be a little bit of a busy day. Alright, so I'm inside the park and I am contemplating whether or not I should head directly over to Galaxy's Edge to ride Rise of the Resistance, or if I should go just get a beer and relax a little bit. So I did want to mention this ride all the way down to the very end of Hollywood Boulevard and why I did not include it in today's challenge, which is a pretty simple explanation in that I wanted to do the most popular, newest rides at Disney. I wanted to do a couple at Universal and at Disney World. Runaway Railway opened up after Rise of the Resistance did. Disney really likes their alliteration. But when it comes to popularity, Rise of the Resistance and absolutely Cosmic Rewind are a little bit more popular than Runaway Railway. So what I think I'm going to do is head over to Baseline Tap House to get a beer, and I also changed shirts. By the way, this is the one that I was wearing earlier. It's been a long day, but I think I need a beer. I've done my eating pizza around Walt Disney World challenge. Maybe I could do some variant of a drinking around the world challenge where instead of it being at Epcot, it's at all of the Disney World parks, and I'll just get drinks from all the theme parks. Alright, so I walked around the corner and here I am at Baseline Tap House. And let's see what sort of a selection that they have inside. If I can get a full beer, I might just bring it with me to Galaxy's Edge. Okay, so I got the Golden Road Hefeweizen as my beer, and maybe I can bring this along with me at Rise of the Resistance. I'm not totally sure what their rule is right now. It is incredible just the shift in urgency and anxiety when it comes to which attraction I decided to do, where this used to be the virtual queue return attraction that was incredibly difficult to get, and now it's Cosmic Rewind, and Hagrid's didn't even have virtual queue today, or they haven't for a long time, which is great. Alright, so I'm emerging into Galaxy's Edge. I do not see an extended queue outside for Rise of the Resistance, which is a pretty good sign, I hope. I have not looked at the app to make sure that it is open, which would have been a pretty good idea, but I do see people getting in line for this, so hopefully it's a pretty minimal wait time. I'm going to go find out. Wow, this is incredible. People are just heading straight inside right now. There's no outdoor queue at all. This is awesome. It is currently posting 75-minute waits for Rise of the Resistance. When I last did this with Travis and Dennis, we pretty much got right to this point in the pouring rain, so I'm a little traumatized from that experience. But they let me bring my beer in line. Okay, so I made it to the indoor portion of the queue already, so if it rains, at least I'm good this time. I don't know if I've ever ridden this at this time of day. I feel like I've only done Rise of the Resistance either early in the morning or at night. So this line is moving so much more quickly than Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, which is so fun. So I made it to this point in the queue, which I know that I show every single time that I ride this, but that's because it's pretty just visually interesting, I guess. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes up until this point in the queue, so I am really going through this line very quickly, barely to be able to ride. So I guess that's not really that fair because I did go through VelociCoaster very quickly, and then Hagrid's was very slow, but I think that was just because of an operational technical reason with how many trains they had. I'm definitely getting very close though. I absolutely think this is going to take less than an hour without a doubt. Okay, and I should be turning the corner here and heading into the pre-show. That did not take long at all. Wow, this was awesome. Okay, I'm heading into the briefing room right now to be briefed by Ray.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the calls.
Alright, so we were briefed for a mission, and now we're heading inside to the transport. It is so beautiful this time of day right now, but it was also really fun to do this, like at night.
I am Lieutenant Beck. As you heard from Ray, I have been tasked with getting you to Vakara. There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields.
We got company, first order TIE fighters. Reroute! Reroute!
Where are all those TIE fighters coming from? Star Destroyers.
Get out of there!
We can't. We're caught in a tractor beam. It's pulling us in.
Okay, so we got captured by the First Order. This is definitely pretty embarrassing. I feel like this happens every time. God, gotta get better about this. So I've always gone down that hallway over there, and now I'm going down a different hallway. I think this is the first time I've ever done this.
Take this corridor to the turbo lift, then head down to the escape pod base. Those droids are programmed to return you to Batu. Hurry and don't get caught. Lieutenant Beck will guide you.
Recruits, for your safety, stay seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children.
It's cool, I've never gone forward. I've always gone backward.
Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Great job, recruits. Thanks to your heroism, the location of the Resistance base is secure. Bravo! Yes, R5, you too.
Alright, so I just got off of Rise of the Resistance. I got to sit in the very front row, which was incredible. I didn't really film much of that, but I still really enjoyed it. It took about an hour. So it looks like that's it. I completed my challenge today. I rode the 4 most popular attractions in Central Florida at both Disney and Universal. I'm tired. It is 8 o'clock at night. So I think I might go get some dinner just to celebrate my experience today. And I'm pretty hungry. I think I'm going to go to Docking Bay 7 because it's the most convenient. I actually changed my mind. Instead of eating at Docking Bay 7, I am heading over to Woody's Lunchbox because Docking Bay 7 is just so expensive. Some of the entrees are about $20 at Docking Bay 7, and that is before tax. Plus, I'm pretty sure that I've had lunch/dinner over Docking Bay 7 more recently than I've had it over at Woody's Lunchbox. I'm kind of taking my time because the next available window wasn't for another several minutes, so I have plenty of time to make it over to Toy Story Land. That silhouetted sunset heading into Toy Story Land right now looks incredibly beautiful. I definitely do not come this direction, and if I always go this way into Galaxy's Edge from Toy Story Land, and I need to appreciate this entrance a little bit more. It looks like they're still working on this new area right over here, but I have my mobile order and it is ready to be picked up. Okay, and that did not take very long whatsoever. I got the barbecue brisket melt sandwich, and then the potato barrels, also known as tater tots, and then the tomato basil soup. Okay, so I'm going to enjoy this and then head out of Hollywood Studios for the evening. I think this is a pretty great way to conclude my day today. That barbecue brisket sandwich with the side of potato barrels and an extra side of the tomato basil soup is such a comfort food for me. The park is actually almost closed for the evening. I think it's only open for about 10 more minutes, so it's about time for me to head back to the car. Right now there's not really much of a line at all for Runaway Railway, but I still think I'm going to head on home. Whoa!
In just 5 minutes, we will proudly present the wonderful world of animation.
Hooray! The evening show is about to start here at Hollywood Studios, and everybody is getting ready for it, sitting down and preparing for a little pyrotechnic fun at Hollywood Studios, but I think I want to try to beat the crowd probably out of the park. It's actually pretty busy right now, a lot busier than I would have anticipated. There are a lot of people here tonight heading out of Hollywood Studios right now at this time of night, is so beautiful, just right before the sun is completely set for the day. Still though, I had an incredible time today, and it has been just such an absolute blur. So thank you for spending quite literally the entire day with me today, waking up and getting a boarding group for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and going to Epcot and riding it, and then heading over to Universal Orlando to go to Islands of Adventure to ride Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure and the VelociCoaster, and also having some lunch and a snack, and then coming back to Walt Disney World to ride Rise of the Resistance and having some dinner and a beer also. So that was actually really nice. What a day to spend. It is about 9 o'clock right now, so I quite literally spent the entire day at the theme parks, so like 12 hours. I'm really tired, but I also feel so accomplished just getting to ride both Disney's and Universal's top rides of the past few years and getting to do them all on the same day, which was the entire point of this, which I don't even know if I fully mentioned that. But nonetheless, I did it, I accomplished it. I've been trying to play around with the idea of whether or not I needed to rate them. I don't know, but they're so hard to compare. They're such different rides, all of them, so it's sort of hard. I love all of them in very different ways, and that's why I did them all today, because I'm watching the Harmonious Epcot fireworks straight ahead right now. I don't know, I had such a good time, and I wish that I could rate them and try to say which one's my favorite or my least favorite, but I don't think that I can, at least not right now. I need to do them all a lot more. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and goodbye.